Louisville is famously known for the Kentucky Derby, Louisville Slugger, the Belle of Louisville, Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, and of course, bourbon. But some of Louisville's greatest stories are those lesser known, rooted in our Black heritage. Now, you can take a step back in time with the Unfiltered Truth Collection to hear a few of these stories firsthand.
Koyo, that means hello in West African. I am King Oba, ruler of the Benin Kingdom in West Africa. My people are known for being horsemen, artists, and musicians. But I was taken from my kingdom, my home, and landed on a strange shore in unknown land, taken against my will and forced into slavery. In my country, the word Sankofa means you have to go back to your past to know where you are going and why. So before we can begin to understand where we are, we must go back and hear the stories, their stories.
I am Louisa, laundress for the Crowans. I've been enslaved here for many years, and between their 8 children, General George Rogers Clark, and all their visitors, I have stayed very busy indeed. I know everything that goes on in this house, just from the state of their laundry, who's been sick, who's expecting a baby, and who's been traveling. The family doesn't take much notice of us, but I know everything about them. So spend some time with me, and I'll show you what they don't notice.
When the Kentucky Derby got started, Black folks not only participated, we dominated. Our legacy must be remembered in a way deserving of respect, not just some lawn jockey in someone's yard. I'm Isaac Burns Murphy, one of the greatest jockeys ever. I won this Kentucky Derby 3 times and won 44% of every race I was in. You go and find another jockey that can say that. I bet you can't. But hell, we won most of them back then, and we should have. We had all the mounts. In that first Kentucky Derby, 13 of the 15 jocks had the same color as my skin, black. 15 of the first 28 winners had the same color as my skin, black. That's a legacy to be proud of, and I am proud of my calling.
Shh, step on in, but keep quiet. This joint is on the lookout of the agents looking for bootlegging and spirits. Prohibition has put us into the shadows, but we still keep on crafting cocktails for our patrons. I'm Thomas Bullock, but you can call me Tom. I've been tending bar for a while, but coming from humble beginnings, my father being an ex-Union soldier and my mother a slave, taught me everything I know about good hospitality. In 1917, I published my own cocktail book, becoming the first Black man to write such a book and self-publish it. In that book, you will find a local favorite and my invention, the Bourbon Old Fashioned. So sit on down and enjoy a lesson in how to make this signature cocktail.
Bourbon? Working in the bourbon industry is in my family. It's lived down in generations, from mash cookers to rick hands to loading and bottling. If you ain't got men to push those barrels along, rotating in the rick house, you ain't got no traditional Kentucky bourbon to sell. We stay so busy at the distillery, I know bourbon ain't going anywhere. It's so important here that sometimes it's been treated like the gold at Fort Knox. One day, I hope to become a master distiller, or even start my own distillery.
Soldiers in the USO Club at Fort Knox, Kentucky, called me Little Sister. They yelled that name so loud that old Ray Charles couldn't help but take notice when they said, "Let Little Sister sing." And oh boy, did I sing. I got up on that stage, and well, the rest is history. My life was shaped long before I met Ray Charles. I persevered beyond measure growing up on Walnut Street. So no wonder I could take any surprises that Ray Charles threw my way. Should I feel a little hot? You almost drive me insane. All your good intentions, they washed right down the drain. Because music was my life. My music kept me going. But don't you get it twisted, baby. Marianne Fisher was never a Raylette. I was his muse. But my life and story are so much more.
Hear the full stories when these immersive experiences launch in March of 2021.